welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. My name is Sammy, and on this channel we do DIYs, wood signs, and there's always tons of laughter. Today we are going to be playing around with the short village line from Dollar Tree. So if you've been really into that, then keep on watching.
Righty, my friends. So we're going to use these hexagon mirrors, and then we're going to use the new canvases that came out. I found mine next to the short village line, but they might be in the frame section as well. So we're going to take this apart, and we are going to be using the back of that mirror. So save it, or if you happen to have the picture frame version, you will use that. So I'm going to cut my canvas off. I'm going to try and make it nice and clean. Then I'm going to lay that canvas face up, put the hexagon mirror on top of it. Sorry for the lighting. And I am going to get a permanent marker, and I am going to trace this out here. And then after I'm done tracing it out, I'm going to cut inside the lines of my permanent marker. And this cut like butter, you guys. It was so easy. All right, so now I'm going to use the back of the mirror. It had some texture on it, so I thought that the canvas would grip a little better to it. I coated it with a healthy coat of Mod Podge. Then I'm going to lay my canvas on top of it, smooth out any air bubbles or extra Mod Podge. And then I'm going to put my heat gun on there just so I make sure that bottom layer of glue is dry. And then we are going to put another healthy coat on the top and let it dry again. After you're done with that, you're going to pop this back into your frame. And you guys, this is seriously the smallest, easiest DIY, but you will see right here how it takes it from a Dollar Tree canvas to looking like something that you would see on Kirkland's website. Like, it takes it up several notches from being on an MDF frame, let me tell you. And then another idea I just wanted to show you for these, I did the same exact thing with the Mod Podge, but this time I used the glass window from one of the picture frame versions, took the hooks off the back, and then now you can use this as like a tray. So like if you have, like if you're doing this for a bathroom theme, you can put some soap on here, you know, you can put a candle, a little washcloth, because it has that nice glass, or you could even just put the glass back over it and hang it up as well. So I hope you love those.
All right, you guys, I hope you like that first DIY. I know nautical theme, beach theme isn't gonna be everybody's jam. And to be honest, I don't decorate it with it either, but the pieces were so beautiful that I got inspired to create some things, and then I wanna put it and build like a whole scene in my booth. So that's why I'm personally DIYing this stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and then hopefully get some ideas, use the bones of the projects, all of that stuff. I wanted to remind you guys, as I'm talking too fast, that Baby M is due June 4th. So starting June, I am going to be introducing Spotlight Saturday, where I'm gonna have a surprise guest on my channel every Saturday. I am not telling you who it is, but you guys are gonna be introduced to some amazing crafters that I love and I watch and I wanna share with my community. So look out for that. Make sure you're following me on my vlog channel down in the description box, because I will be posting more after the baby is born about just like home life over on that channel. And you guys, please make sure you like and subscribe. It lets YouTube know that you guys are digging my videos and you're digging me, and they'll share it with more people. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get back into these DIYs.
So you've probably seen a version of these, but mine's super cute, so I'm going to show you anyways. I took these beautiful white LED candles that they have at Dollar Tree. I took my nautical rope, and what I did was I took my nautical rope apart. So it's actually 3 strands in one of the pieces, and I wanted this thinner strand. So I'm going to hot glue around. I end up going around 12 times, if any of you needed to know that information. And this does, the LED candle does have like a waxy texture on the outside, so it does kind of slip around. So make sure you're pulling that nautical rope nice and tight around your candle. Then taking these little sea turtles from Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint them with agave from Waverly, which is such a beautiful color. We're going to do 2 candles here. And next I am going to, it took me literally 5 minutes just to figure out the placement of where I wanted this darn turtle. But I hot glued that to the front. Next I'm going to take these seashells. And I got these from Dollar Tree. They come in a huge pack. So I had to just dump them out. And I'm going to put them in like a little cluster of 3 off to the side of our turtle here. And you could dress this up however you want to. I just had like a specific vision for this. I don't know what it was, but I knew where I wanted to go with it. And then we're going to do the same thing for the opposite side. And y'all, that is it for these super cute beach candles. And check out the candle bases. These are also from Dollar Tree. They matched perfectly. And I love the way they look. These do not look Dollar Tree, at least not to me. And I really am impressed with the way they came out. All right, for this next one, this sign is already beautiful, but we're going to take it up a notch. So I am using Mod Podge, and I'm going to go over the like water part and coral part right here. I'm putting a healthy coat of Mod Podge because then I'm going to take the Dollar Tree sand and I'm going to pour that over in a pretty healthy coat. And then I'm going to pick up my sign, get the excess. Well, first I'm going to kind of pat it into that Mod Podge, then pick it on up. Now you can still see that coral. Okay. We see that, but the whole thing is, as I wanted to get the real texture of the sand on there. And then I take the Dollar Tree seashells and I'm going to cluster those up around that coral in the background. And to me, adding this like kind of 3D, the dimension of this sign takes the sign from, you know, Dollar Tree to Hobby Lobby or something like that, because you're adding all this texture. Already has the wood background, which is beautiful. After I'm done with that, I'm going to take the cotton nautical rope again, and I am going to wrap this all the way around on the sign first. So we're going to go around this all the way. Then I'm going to do a second layer, but this time we're hot gluing it directly to the nautical rope. So obviously there's no excess of the sign, so we can't, you know, hot glue it there. So we're going to make sure that we get nice and straight with the first layer of the nautical rope, and we are going to follow this all the way around. And again, it's just adding more detail to this already beautiful sign. My voice is cracking like a little boy. And then to cover the hole and like the seams, I'm going to just take a strand of the nautical rope, double it up, then taking one of the pieces of the nautical rope that like I pulled apart, I'm going to wrap that around the 2 pieces around about, I think, like 3 times. And this is what's going to become our hanger. So I wrap it around 3 times, and then I'm going to tack that off in the back with some hot glue. Here we go. There you go. Good job. And then I'm going to fray the ends of this just a little bit. I'm going to take some hot glue and we are going to put that right over the seam of our nautical rope, and it covers the hole. Now we have a new cute hanger, and it just brings it all together. And look at how cute this turned out. I love that, like, you could still see the wood background. I love the font that Dollar Tree did with this. And now we just brought it up to a whole another level. Let me know what you guys think about this sign down in the comments. All right, so I just wanted to show you, I went back to Dollar Tree and then found more. Like, I needed more, but I kind of did because it's all brand new, you guys, and it's so cute. I mean, those houses you could do anything with, right? Like, hello. Okay, so for this one, I'm pretty sure we have all seen these signs. And what's nice about these is the text comes off with nail polish remover. So after I get these all cleaned up, I'm going to grab, I believe it's Nautical by Folk Art, and I am just going to do like brush strokes of this. This would also look pretty with like an ombre brush stroke going on. And then after I am done allowing this to dry, you could also cover this with Mod Podge as well, but I didn't have to. I am going to take the sand dollar and I am going to take the starfish. I'm going to put some Gorilla Glue and hot glue. Now for the starfish, you guys, there was only like 3 points where it actually touched the sign. So just pay attention to that when you are trying to attach it to your sign. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the sand dollar. And you guys, this DIY was so easy. It really was. But I think it came out beautiful. I totally envisioned this in a like tiered tray, vignettes, even on, you guys know I like to see things in bookshelves and all of that, or even a tiered tray like in a bathroom. This would look so pretty. So I hope you guys like these a lot. Okay, for this one, we got the fish. This fish also comes in like a skinnier version. And then I found these napkins recently. I'm going to take the 2 plies apart here. Now for this one, I decided I was going to try the Elmer's spray on glue instead of Mod Podge. So I put a healthy coat on there. I put the paper napkin over it and pat it down. Now, let me tell you, this glue is sticky. So as I'm trying to pat it down, it's sticking to my finger. So I think maybe something like a sponge would be a little better. So I go ahead and I get my heat gun to dry it down. Then I put another squirt of a spray, sorry, of the Elmer's glue on top of it and do the same thing. Apply the heat gun to it and then let it set up. Now, once that's all done, I take my rough sanding block and I go ahead in downward motions and get all of that excess napkin off of there. And it has a piece of twine on it. So I wanted to utilize that piece of twine, not waste it. And I'm going to grab my wood beads. Now the darker ones I stained with coffee. And I'm just going to alternate sizes. Now my vision for this is like one of those like doorknob hanger things. Not really like a beaded garlands. I saw it as like something you would hang on the doorknob. Or you could put it in an interior tray. But anyways, I'm going to fill that up. Then I'll tie that off in a knot. I'll flip over our fish. And then I am just going to get like a household stapler and staple it to the back. You can also put hot glue on there if you don't have a stapler on hand. And I think this turned out really cute. And what I didn't notice, which you'll see right here, is there's actually like a shadow of coral going through this napkin, which I didn't notice. I love that you can still see the colors of the original fish and its eyeball. And I think it's absolutely adorable. So, okay, now this one is awesome. So this mermaid is actually found in, it actually has the Crafter's Square tag on it, not the Shore Village line. So you guys know, usually I use puff paint. For this one, I decided I was going to try something different and use my detail glue gun. I will say, it was easy to use, but I prefer the puff paint because the hot glue gun left all of like the stringy glue all over the tail, which I was not digging whatsoever. So if you do have puff paint, I would just use the puff paint. And for those of you that are new to my channel, I do this because I want to add texture to my piece. I don't want it to be flat. I want these scales to be raised up. Now I'm going to take that agave paint by Waverly again. This is chalk paint, and I am going to go over her tail. Now you could already see it popping up, but we're going to add something more. So just wait. I tried my best with her hair. I was like, it looked like a lot on the top, but I was like, that definitely can't be her forehead. So, you know, I just went with it. You do you. I think it looked okay. Okay, so now I'm taking my white wax by DIY Paints. I get this from upcycledbybrie.com, and you can see how this beautiful wax brings out all of those scales in her tail and just brings this up to a whole nother level. I feel like that's all I'm saying in this video is bringing it up to a whole nother level. All right, so now I'm going to take these two signs. I'm going to put them together with some scrap paint stir sticks. I'm going to use 3 of them total here. This is going to hold our sign together nice and tight. And then I'm going to take my brown shipping paper. I did not forget to cover the back. And I am just going to hot glue this straight to the back. And then I will take my craft knife and clean up all of the edges. And then this way we have a nice finished piece. Nobody will see the ugly back that we shimmied together. And here we go. So now I'm going to do a beach scene. So I'm taking Sandstone and Hazelnut by Waverly. I'm going to mix those together, and this is going to be the start of my sand. This is where you just have fun, you be creative, and you also kind of want to move fast. So like I don't dry this first layer. I keep everything wet as I go. So this next layer I used Pool and Agave, and then I'm going to blend where the two pieces our 2 paint colors meet, I should say. So it kind of seems more fluid, I guess you can say. And you're going to take that up as far as you want. I suggest getting on Pinterest and finding like a inspiration photo to kind of go off of, or you could use mine. And next I think this is Ocean by Waverly. And I take that and just kind of mix it in with that agave. Next, I take my stencil brush from Dollar Tree. I'm going to stipple in some of the plaster. And I am going to do that where the natural breaks would occur in your waves. We got some going further back. And then I'm going to take that white as well. And I'm going to go further back into that dark color and kind of just put some, you know, detail in there, like it's shining, it's glistening, beautiful. Okay, so now that our beach scene is done, we are going to attach our mermaid. I'm gonna call her Bianca. I don't know why, but you're Bianca. All right, and then I'm gonna make sure that that glue is down in her hands. And again, taking the nautical rope that I took apart, I'm taking 2 strands of it, tying it in a knot on each side. Easy peasy. And this is what is going to become our hanger. Now I want to note that the holes from the original 2 signs that we put together, I put on the left side. That way I could cover it up with the mermaid. So keep that in mind if you're going to make this. Now that mermaid had a hole in her head and I wasn't down for leaving it like that. So I took these beautiful paper flowers. I'm going to cluster them up here. Doesn't she look so magical and whimsical with just the flowers in her hair? I love it. All right, so now I'm going to take my decal. This is available for the people in my membership group. And I do want to note that sometimes you do have to have access because I use like, you know, like the starfishes, things like that. So keep that in mind. But after we are done with this, our sign is complete. And I think this turned out so good. I had so much fun playing around with the painting part, her tail. I mean, just putting it all together. I thought it was so fun. This would look great in somebody's like outside bar or something. All right. Now these are going to be easy peasy, you guys. When I saw these, I knew I could take them up a notch instead of leaving them this like dull white ceramic. So I'm taking hazelnut. I'm going to give it 2 coats on each one. I'm going to make sure to coat the inside as well. And then make sure you let them fully dry in between coats, or you're just going to rip your first coat of chalk paint off, which we do not want to do. Now, this is kind of like a two-parter, okay, because we're doing the same concept here. I'm also going to take this tin container. What do you call it? Tin bucket? But it's so little. I don't think it would be a bucket. I don't know. I'm going to paint it in agave, and I'm going to go around the entire thing. I'm not going to worry about painting the inside of this because it really didn't like look bad or anything. So I'm going to do only one coat of the agave. Then after these dry, we're going to take our DIY white wax and we are going to brush that on. And y'all hear me talk about this all the time, but like using this white wax, if you have anything with texture on it, it just brings all of it out and makes it pop and look so beautiful. I will say the difference between DIY white wax and Waverly. Waverly's white is actually cream and it's super liquidy. So like if you put it on the Waverly one, you would have to pat it off with like a paper towel. With the DIY white wax, it's more like a butter consistency and it is a true white. So it's absolutely stunning. You could see right here how the words, just pop. Oh, I love it. So I'm going to put this all the way around. This also acts as like your clear coat for any of your projects that you put this on top of. And I just wanted to add another little detail. Take that same nautical rope and put it all the way around our bucket. You could also add handles to this, but I like the simplicity of just adding the nautical rope around the edges. And this is how they turned out. I love these. You can do them in any color you want, but I definitely wanted to keep it, you know, nautical. I wanted it to look real-ish. And then look at how beautiful this agave color is. Definitely pick this color up if they are still carrying Waverly in your Walmart. You can also find Waverly on plaid.com. Okay, so I think this is our final one. I saw the anchor and I knew I needed it in my life, so that's why I had to make this sign. One of my subscribers, Rose, sent me these letters. So thank you so much, Rose. I am going to paint them with Nautical by Folk Art. I'm going to do all of this in Nautical, so including the anchor as well. After I'm done, I'm going to dry brush some of the plaster on these. Now you can use DIY white wax or whatever you want. I just chose, I don't know why I chose to do the paint versus the wax, but here we are. So I hit all of the edges and whatever has the excess on, I take it through the middle. And look at this anchor, you guys. There is so much detail in it and it's so thick. Love it. All right, taking our Dollar Tree sign and our new Dollar Tree ribbon, we are going to hot glue this. I thought it looked like a fishing net. And I wanted some way of kind of covering that seashell so it didn't look like a voided hole behind the H. And this just worked out so well. So I'm going to wrap that ribbon around, just trying to make it look kind of natural here. You could also, this ribbon comes in green. So you could see on the upper left side, I thought about green, but didn't go for it. So I hot glued all of those letters down, and then because I'm extra, I wanted to add a few seashells to it and just, yeah, love the detail. And you guys, that's it for this one. It was super easy. I love it. I love how it turned out. You will see it right now because I guess I wanted you to look at a blank screen, but look at how pretty this is. Now this I love because it could go a beach house, lake house, cabin, I mean like whatever. And look at the detail on that anchor. Pick those anchors up if you see them. They could be used for so much. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know that these aren't everybody's vibe, but hopefully they inspired you. And drop me a comment down below letting me know which one was your favorite. And I will see you guys back here soon. Bye. If you know someone that's having a baby, Walmart.
Walmart's the spot. Inexpensive, cute, and their shirts are like the softest things. Look at how big that thing is. Look at that girl. Okay. Let's get in the middle. Oh, look. Mama looks thick. In a good way. Mama. It's like when I need an inhaler. Jeez Louise. Like, hands over your head when the kids are choking at the dinner table. Okay, on to next intro.